Well, just as we have different doctors to do different things, we elect various levels of government to do different tasks. It doesn't make much sense for Congress to get involved in water and sewer plans for every city, for example.
But over the last few years, we've seen a number of cases in which the state government has gotten involved in what have been for years local issues. And tonight, the Buckley Report looks into why that is happening.
It's nearly an hour-and-a-half drive from the General Assembly building in Raleigh to the heart of Guilford County. But you might think some in the legislature are running for the county commission with some of their recent actions, voting to de-annex nearly 1,000 acres of land in Summerfield and getting involved in the fight over who gets the last seat on the Guilford County School Board. These are normally local issues. You guys felt you had to get involved. How come?
You know, North Carolina is one of those states where all local governments are creatures of state government. So there's a responsibility on the state level to conduct some oversight as to what happens at the local level.
That statement makes good sense to me. The problem is when you look at what this General Assembly has been doing for the better part of a decade, the decisions are not oversight. They're purely political. And I think that's an abuse of power.
It's not new for Democratic State Senator Michael Garrett. You have some experience in this.
I do. It's one of the reasons I ran for office the very first time.
That was over the General Assembly looking to change the way Greensboro City Council is set up. And for Garrett, it's all a bit of deja vu.
We've seen it in other places, whether it's the airport in Charlotte, the water system in Asheville.
As for the de-annexation fight in Summerfield,
I voted against it.
It's not that Garrett isn't sympathetic to what developer David Couch is trying to do.
But what I said to Senator Berger, this isn't unique to Summerfield. We have towns all across the state, and I have had 3 instances in my time in the General Assembly, which I haven't even been there that long, where we have had developers trying to develop property, and they were running into issues with smaller municipalities. I would say weaponizing their zoning ordinances to keep the character of their town.
Senate President Phil Berger says he didn't want to get involved in the Summerfield fight.
I had asked that the town and the developer get together and see if they could work things out. Gave them several months to come up with a solution. Seemed like there was no progress whatsoever being made. So de-annexation was basically the option that was available to address the concern.
Which is why Berger sent this letter to the town of Summerfield telling them de-annexation was a real possibility. And it seems Mayor Tim Sessoms got the message.
We're under a great deal of pressure from the North Carolina General Assembly.
And Berger says that's all he wanted, the two parties to be incentivized to work things out.
Looks like the folks in Summerfield doing the right thing.
Things were different when Republicans nominated Michael Logan to fill an empty seat on the Guilford County School Board, and Democrats on the board refused to seat him.
It was pretty clear that the school board was not following state law, and so it became necessary for us to step in to make sure that that they did comply with state law.
I'm not sure who wrote the statute in the very beginning, but whoever wrote that didn't dot their I's and cross their T's and left loopholes for the board to have some flexibility.
Guilford County Representative John Harderster got a new law through that dotted those I's with the hope that neither party will have to get involved in that local issue again. Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
And in the end, the Republicans got the school board candidate they wanted. The board seated Michael Logan before their last meeting.